Hi, welcome. I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can use a chair as an aid or as a tool to advance or help you during a traditional yoga class. So go ahead and grab that chair, find a space, and then join me in with this. So with the chair, I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can use this. One of them is putting your hands on the chair versus putting your hands on the floor for like a downward dog or a plank. What you would do, again, instead of putting your hands on the floor, is you'd put your hands on the chair. Fingers are forward. I'm going to take you through like the downward dog and the plank position. And you're going to walk your feet back. Toes are pointed towards the chair, heels pushed into the floor, and then arms extended, and then decrease your elbows straight forward or up. Then you're going to shift your hips back as you press your chest down. You're still balancing the weight between your hands and your feet. So if you, let's see how the chair's coming up like this, you want to avoid that of pushing the chair. You still want to stay nice and balanced between the hands and the feet. But at least your hands are not on the floor, so that angle has been changed and takes the pressure off the hands, arms, elbows, shoulders. Good, and then we're going to go into a plank position. So you're going to bring your shoulders forward. They're going to be right above the hands, and then your hips are in a straight line. If it's too much for your elbows even here, you can come down to your elbows into a hover, but still keep your hips in that straight line. Neck is long. Good. There is your position. You can even do, like I'll come back to my hands. You can go into that crocodile, so your elbows are tucked, you're lowering your chest. Good. And then come back out and then back into that downward dog. So this downward dog position is also can apply to an extended child's pose. It has that same effect through the shoulders and the back. And you can even bend the knees a little bit more if you want to, and go into those hips. And then just curl yourself up. If you want to do a cat-cow, but instead of getting on your hands and your knees, you can place your hands on the chair, bring your feet closer to the chair, and then bend the knees. And then you can arch the back into that cat, and then you're going to come out, tailbone out, chin is out, and into the cow. Back and forth. So again, instead of getting on your hands and knees, you just put your hands on the chair, and you can go in and out of the poses. Now it may not be 100% smooth. You might have a couple poses might be a little challenging to get in and out of because of the chair, but at least you're still doing most of the yoga class. Go ahead and curl out. Okay, the next thing is using the chair for balance. Yoga does require a lot of balance, and if you're a little worried about that, the chair can be used for that. If anything, it can help you concentrate on the major part of the exercise, and then the balance will slowly progress if you are concerned. So we're going to start, let's say the tree pose. That's a traditional yoga pose. I'm going to start with just my foot along the side. My heel is below my knee. Hips are open. Hand is on the chair to help with balance. And then I'm reaching my branches out. And then you could do is you can challenge the balance by taking your hand off the chair, but it's close that if you need to go back to it, it's there for you. It gives you a little bit more security, especially if you are worried about falling. Good. Another thing you can do is if you're doing movement, like in my yoga stretch fusion classes, we do get into the ballet movements and does require like your ballet bar. You can do this without. You can even take your hand off and see how you do with your balance. But again, that chair's there if you need to go back to it. So there's another pose there. Going back to hand on the chair, since I've turned this chair around, is that you can, if you need to decrease the pressure on your hands and your wrists or upper body in general, you can have your hands on the chair for the downward dog. Now you can do more with your hands on the seat part of the chair, but this is an option if you want to make it a little bit easier for you. Okay, the next one, this can be used I'm gonna turn my chair this way, but you can have it be, if you don't have something that's right there, if the back of the chair is over here, it's a little easier to use the side. But I'm gonna turn my chair this way. We're going to go into our warrior poses. And you're going to place your hips. So we're going to go into like a warrior one. Your back heel is on the floor, but your hip is on the edge of the chair. This does two things for you. One, it creates support for you. So if you want to go into this pose, but it's too much to stay in this pose. The other cool thing about using the chair is that you can go deeper into this pose. So if you want to challenge yourself, but there might be a restriction of why you can't go further into that lunge position. So you can go into, let's say, a warrior one, and your hip is just on the edge of the chair, and then you can go into warrior two, you can go into extended angle, you can go into a reverse warrior, and release. And then all you have to do is that you just turn around or flip the chair around, depending on what you're wanting to do for angle. The next thing is that chair can be there to help you get off the floor. If you're on the floor and you want to get on the floor, have this chair to the side of your mat, so it's there for you when you're ready. I'm gonna have it right here just so that you can see the angle, but you would have it to the side of you, okay? You would get up onto your knees if you can, and then you would bring one foot forward, and then you would use that, let me back up a little bit, and then you would use this chair to push yourself as you push through that front leg, which should be your stronger leg. So if you're stronger on the other side, then you would use that other leg to push yourself off. Another thing is, some people, if they kind of have to get into the chair, pushing into the hip, and then sit in the chair, and then stand up, is another way you can do it. But still keep in mind of your posture. You're not straining your shoulders, getting yourself up and out, so keep those shoulders relaxed. So there's some information for you on how to use a chair for a traditional yoga class. This way you can still join in and not miss out. Again, I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Give me a thumbs up if you like this instructional video, and then you can subscribe. I have my yoga stretch fusion classes that I post every Tuesday morning. Have a great day. Bye.